After a few technical difficulties,
Maybe.
this is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. We are here revisiting an old friend, someone we haven't seen since, I believe, around about 2017. We have winemaker Marina Marcarino, who is joining us all the way from the Langhe in Italy and is going to explain a little bit about her house, Punset.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, and nice to meet you again after such a long time. Punset is a family estate. It is owned by my family since 4 generations. Even though I was the first to take it as a job and not as a hobby as it was for my parents and for my grandparents too. The peculiarity of our place is that we have been the first organic winery in the region of Barbaresco and one of the first in Italy. Actually, at the certification time, we got the #1. So it was just the beginning of these rules in Italy, and we finally got a law in 1987. Since 1990, we started to add the biodynamic agriculture, even though we never certify that, because I believe that biodynamic is a philosophy, is a way of thinking, and is a strong belief in something. So it is quite difficult to me to understand how it is possible to certify a philosophy. It's like to certify that I believe in God.
Yeah,
and
I hear you. Yes.
Yeah, and so that's the reason we didn't certify. In 1990, also we started to keep all the yeast and to start with spontaneous natural fermentation.
Yes.
And this was something that I thought coherent with what we were doing in the vineyards. And at the beginning, obviously, we started with the red wines, and then we added the whites with the time. The focus of our estate is to work with local grapes, only autochthon grapes. We mainly grow Arnese for the whites, and we added Nascetta in the last years. It's not in production yet. And then obviously Dolcetto, Barbera, and Nebbiolo, which are the 3 varieties we play with for making our wines. So as I told you, our idea is that biodynamic is a philosophy, and being a philosophy, it is a sum of practices you believe in, like the moon, like the time of pruning, the use of very natural products that are not checkable on the soil, because they are in the soil.
Yes.
So to me, the idea of certifying a philosophy is quite strange. It's like to certify that I believe in God. Can you certify that I believe in God, even if I tell you that I do it? And I find that there is something sounding badly to me to certify something like that. So we go ahead in our way with the organic certification, and we added also the natural methods in vinification to the organic certification, because I think that there is a connection between what we are doing in the soil and what we are doing in the cellar. From year 2007, we added another practice, which is called the agriculture of not doing. It is actually the theory of Masanobu Fukuoka, and probably you heard about the book, quite popular, One Straw Revolution.
Yes.
Yeah, so reading that book and other things that Masanobu Fukuoka wrote, I was really in love with that practice, and we started to use it at the beginning on one part of our estate, and now since many years on all the vineyards.
For those
And
who don't understand that process, would you mind expanding upon that?
yes, I will explain. So the process is actually the respect of what nature spontaneously makes. You know, the modern agriculture is used to work the soil a lot, to kill the grass, to cut the grass, to move the soil. And in that way is going to kill also many microorganisms that are in the first part of the soil. Turning the soil itself, all the anaerobic bacteria goes up on surface, and this means that with oxygen they die. So it is necessary, obviously, to add some substances to give nutrition. The Fukuoka method is exactly the opposite. It says that in the wood, where we never would put hand, there is the best biosystem, because in a wood, plants grows and die for the common life. And if we act with the soil, if we interfere with the soil, we are going to kill the life that there is inside. While leaving everything how it is spontaneously growing, we allow to maintain a balanced and healthy life. This is not only for the soil itself, but even for the plants, because many of the pathologies that we're used to see on the vineyards or on any other kind of cultivation stay by nature on the soil. And if we cut away the grass, if we move the soil, if we chop the grass, obviously they find a new place for staying, and that place is the vine. So I was really fascinated by this theory, and I started to try what Masanobu Fukuoka was saying, finding out that it was completely true. In the years, we were able to reduce substantially the quantity of copper that we spray on our vineyards. You know, copper is allowed in organic agriculture, even if in small quantities, because we speak about 3 kilos per hectare. But it is even a poison. So being a poison, it is going to take a long time to recover from it, and also for the microorganism to work and destroy it is almost impossible. So we have big accumulation of copper in the soil. And using this practice, we realized that the infections were lower and lower. On top of that, we started to use spraying with natural products like mustard seeds oil, orange skin oil, and many others. And this is a protection, and it is also nutrition for the leaves, allowing to reduce sensibly the number of spray with copper.
So this is almost like a contemporary evolution from the traditional biodynamic treatments, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And it is very interesting because with the years, we see our plant becoming more and more resistant. And so even with the bad condition, like rain or humidity, infections are almost inexistent, or at least very, very small.
Now we're speaking about for the most part fungal infections.
Yes. But even for oidium, there is the same problem. Yeah, and for instance, mustard seed oil is perfect to protect the plants from oidium, and we are able to use less sulfur, which sometimes brings, especially if used in the second part of the season, can bring some smells like heavy sulfur
Yes.
sensation in the wine, and I don't like it. So now we got to a very well-balanced situation in terms of healthiness of the plant, and of course this reflects on the grapes themselves, because without infections we are able to pick very good grapes. There is only one fact, but it's something that we are counting with since many years, that we should respect a small production per hectare. We never push our vineyards to make a lot of grapes, because we know that this could interfere with the quality. And
Right.
so we prefer to maintain a pruning very short, even for Nebbiolo, and that way plants are able to maintain a relative good number of fruit without going in competition.